Tyler Perry happened to Black Hollywood, and he did it by using stupid, ignorant, so-called Christian to fund all of his very homosexual behavior.
Recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll.
Child, y'all better get a chair for this one because, baby, it's over for Tyler Perry. His alleged male victims are finally coming out to expose him for SAing them just to get roles in his movies. It turns out Tyler has been moving just like Diddy. And this is why his baby mama, Gelila Bekele, left him. In fact, the reason why all this tea is getting spilled after all these years is because he is currently getting sued by an actor from his TV show Oval, who claims Tyler brutally SA'd him and then threatened to destroy his career if he ever told anyone about it. He attached receipts, and baby, Tyler was on there saying things like, when you have a big D and you hit the G spot right on these bottoms, they go crazy. Jaguar Wright tried to warn us about Tyler being at those Diddy parties and sleeping with men way younger than him, but people didn't believe her. Even Cat Williams told us the reason why Tyler loved playing Medea so much is because he secretly wanted to be a woman, but people ignored him too. And do y'all remember the time when Christian Keys also hinted at Tyler wanting him to spread his cheeks for a role? Child, let's get into it, y'all, because there's a lot going on. This entire mess started when an actor from Tyler's TV show, The Oval, Derek Dixon, filed an explosive $260 million lawsuit against Tyler, accusing him of using his power to exploit young boys and even SAing them. He claimed that Tyler promised him a successful acting career, but then subjected him to escalating sex harassment, battery, and professional retaliation. And when he didn't reciprocate Tyler's unwanted advances, he threatened to destroy his career. Derek said he first met Tyler back in 2019 at a work event in Tyler's studio in Atlanta. Tyler then reached out to him to ask for his number, and they went on to talk for months about him possibly being in one of his shows. At some point, Tyler shifted the conversation from work to more intimate things, and that's when it clicked to him that Tyler was trying to get some of that badussy. At this point, Tyler was getting desperate, so he began throwing movie roles at him in an effort to get him in bed. The first role was in the show Ruthless, and the second was in The Oval. Even after all this, Derek was still not willing to bend over, and Tyler allegedly threatened to kill off his character in the next season if he didn't let him have his way. The suit read, Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with the sexual innuendos, Dixon's character would die in the next season. Perry always held this over Mr. Dixon's head, implying that his character Dale would survive if Dixon kept Perry happy. Derek also claims there was a time when Tyler started interrogating him about his sexual preferences while they were on set of The Oval. Tyler even went as far as pinning him to the wall and choking him while asking him if he likes it rough in bed, and then grabbed Derek by the throat while saying, "Look how excited you just got." He also said there was a time when he was staying in Tyler's guest house at his house when Tyler walked in on him wearing his underwear. He said Tyler yanked down his underwear, grabbed his butt, and said, "Relax." and just let it happen, and assured him it wasn't going to hurt. Dixon says he managed to rebuff this advance by changing the subject. Derek said he ended up requesting to have his character removed from the show and even rejected a job offer to be a writer on the show. But it didn't end there, y'all, because Derek also attached several text messages between him and Tyler was on there talking crazy. Like in this message, he said no straight man would be going on walks with you or cooking dinner for you unless they wanted to F you. I would F you. But here's the thing though, y'all. A lot of people speculated that the reason Derek was spilling all this tea now is because he saw Tyler moving on to other men in the industry and got jealous. In fact, this photo of Tyler on the yacht with Mariah Carey's ex-boyfriend, Brian Tanaka, went viral, and people believe this is what really set him off to get back at Tyler. Folks are saying Derek thought he was Tyler's only twink, but he quickly found out he wasn't the only man in the picture. Child, people even brought up how prior to Tyler trying to get Derek, he was also trying to get Christian Keys in bed. Apparently, the only reason he moved on to Derek was because Christian was giving him a hard time and he desperately needed a twink to make his sugar baby. If y'all remember, Christian had the whole internet talking when he made a video talking about how a powerful man in the industry has been using his power to sleep with young men in exchange for movie roles. Christian didn't explicitly mention Tyler's name, but people were sure it was him. And guess what? Christian never bothered to come back and clear the air. He said he had even recorded his conversations with this man in which he was asking him to do some intimate things. But the reason why he wasn't putting all that out there is because his brother advised him not to do it, or else it would be all he would be known for.
Speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience, what I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. This person was for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. Not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. I was like, well, I gotta protect me because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above.
And remember how Derek said while he was staying at Tyler's guest house, Tyler grabbed his private parts when he walked in on him in his underwear? Well, Christian had the exact same experience, and it also happened in a guest house. Christian said he was drunk off Hennessy, and when he went into his room, Tyler came right in and tried grabbing his private parts multiple times. He said he tried pushing Tyler away, but he just kept coming back, desperately trying to get a hold of his private parts.
I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work. But yeah, you get a grown man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm bad, so after a big party, won't say what type, won't say where, I'm asleep I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like what the get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab you. He tries to shake and grab your equipment. And you spaz even more. Like, what the you doing, man? What the Oh, my bad. So you go to leave, he tries to do it again. Now, at that point, my only regret is not bringing multiple bones in this person's face.
At the time, a lot of people dragged Christian because they thought he was lying. But Jaguar Wright wasn't having it, and she stood 10 toes down behind him. She said she knew Tyler was capable of doing that because she saw Tyler freaking off at a Diddy party, and since then, Tyler allegedly gave a warning to all the actors on his show never to speak or engage with her or they would be fired.
Listen to this, guys. Tell me what you think.
Actors, they're not allowed to consort with me. Because I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler. And you were having a glorious time. I spent a lot of time in Miami, and I snuck around Star Island quite a bit. I know Christian isn't lying, but I need him to tell me what happened to my friends. And I don't care how long it's been since I talked to them. They will always be my friends. Always. Tim and Durrett and Lamont Rucker were not the same after they went on camera with Tyler Perry. Christian, I think you can tell me why.
During another heated interview, she accused Tyler of using the church to kickstart his career and destroying the Black Hollywood by making himself a monopoly so that he can scoop up all the money for himself and do the things he's being accused of doing now. She said even though he used the church as the starting ground for his movies, he barely donates to the church, and the one time he did was to Bishop T, who we all know has some allegations surrounding him too.
All of this gay agenda has to stop. To be homosexual is one thing. To be a gay person is fine. But to use it to manipulate and brainwash society? Like all these gay men singing all of these women, all of these love songs to women, even though they sucking as soon as they finish getting off stage. Like, just let him sing to his boyfriend. Tyler Perry has been making Black people look like buffoons and idiots for years, and pawning it off as culture. Oh, this is our culture, this is how we is. No, that's not how we is. Tyler Perry happened to Black Hollywood, and he did it by using stupid, ignorant, so-called Christian to fund all of his very homosexual behavior. He ain't Richard Smallwood. He's a whole cross-dressing weirdo. Let's just be honest. It was Black American churches that made Tyler Perry rich. They went to all his plays. Like, Tyler Perry plays started in the churches. And he took all of that money and hustled that money and hustled that money and hustled that money into the television shows. And yet, how many churches does he donate to? Because the only one I've ever seen him donate to was TD Power Bottom's church. And they both attended the freak offs, you know, as brethren. Amen. Push the baby out.
So as y'all can see, Jaguar isn't a fan of Tyler, and she definitely isn't a fan now. She hasn't spoken publicly about his recent lawsuit yet, but best believe she'll have something nasty to say about it in a few days. Hell, maybe even in a few hours from now, and I'll be right here to give y'all all the tea. In the meantime, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said, not shocked at all. Tyler Perry has been rumored to SA his male co-stars for decades. Finally, someone has the courage, integrity to not be bought off and take it to court. Another person said Christian Keys could have gotten $260 million if he stood on business. He said Tyler assaulted him as well. I believed Christian Keys, but he recanted. I guess Tyler gave more opportunities and paid him. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Tyler getting sued for touching these men? And do y'all think he was the one Christian was talking about? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.